The 2,500 horsepower nitro-burning funny car and the long crowd-pleasing burnout. And this, the most famous burnout king of them all, the Chi-Town Hustler, driven by Frank Hawley. Racing against Hawley in this round is Billy Meyer, and we've seen a lot of work by Billy and his crew, literally changing an engine by hand to get this car ready for this round of racing. For the Chi-Town Hustler team and Frank Hawley, it's a tight race with Ray Beadle for the points championship lead in the World Championship Series. For Billy Meyer, he's taking dead aim on just getting past this round to move into the semifinals. The funny cars, mechanically duplicates of the Top Fuel dragsters, utilizing the nitro-burning engine. The chassis configuration somewhat different, with the engine in front of the driver. The body a fiberglass replica, in Billy Meyer's case, of an 82 Trans Am. For Frank Hawley, his body style an 82 Dodge Charger. A good lead for both cars, Frank Hawley and Billy Meyer. And it is Hawley pulling it out at the end, but he's also got a little smoke, indicating some possible engine damage. Frank Hawley using the 2 parachutes to bring him to a safe stop. This win moving him into the semifinals. The next 2 cars ready to go, and out of the burnout area comes Don the Snake Prudhomme. Alongside of him, Kenny Bernstein. Prudhomme, the big story of the recent Cajun Nationals, as you watched right here on Diamond P Sports. Don Prudhomme and his Pontiac Trans Am established a new all-time speed record for funny cars, 250 miles an hour. For Kenny Bernstein, it has been a trouble-plagued season thus far. Kenny, out of Austin, Texas, has had lots of problems, but he's getting them sorted out at this event. For Don Prudhomme, former 4-time world champion, he's ready for anything. Prudhomme in the Pontiac Trans Am, Kenny Bernstein driving the Mercury LN7 body creation, both engines producing well over 2,500 horsepower. We're in the second round of the Spring Nationals funny car eliminations. On the starting line, Don Prudhomme and Kenny Bernstein, and look at Bernstein leave the starting line with a tremendous lead as Prudhomme just shuts it off. Bernstein may have solved all his problems at this event. Prudhomme slowly coasting across, but the story is Bernstein at a tremendous 6.08 second elapsed time. The body's being lowered over our next 2 competitors. It is Dale Pulde driving the War Eagle. This car has been described by many as truly a rolling work of art. Pulde and his partner Mike Hamby with the War Eagle. Steve?
Well, regular viewers of our Diamond P telecast may not recognize Kenny Bernstein's face with a smile on it, but we're going to see one.
Yeah, really, I'm telling you, it was a nice race. That time she didn't move around quite as bad, Steve.
We'll be delighted with the ET in 08.
Well, it's better than I thought. Yeah, I'm a little confused yet because when it shakes so much, I can't really tell where it's going. That time it didn't shake at all, and it just did what it was supposed to.
Well, you loaded it for Prudhomme.
Yeah, well, we really put a lot of clutch on it to see if we get the shake to go away, and it worked.
And Kenny Bernstein hopes it continues to work for 2 more races. But the immediate thought of the moment on Dale Pulde's mind is this race, and he will be up against Al Sigrini. Segrini, winner of the Winter Nationals thus far this season, is in there in the thick of things in the points chase. And one of the reasons why Al Segrini has been enjoying such success was evidenced here at the Spring Nationals in round number 1 of competition, when he took on the current points leader, Raymond Beadle, in the famed Blue Max. For Raymond Beadle, look at the smoke that is pouring out of this car as it sits on the starting line before the race is even underway. Lots of smoke indicating tremendous problems with the engine. Al Sigrini, he's concentrating on the tree. He doesn't realize it. And really, Raymond Beadle is out of it before he ever left the line. Al Sigrini, a big win over Raymond Beadle.
David, there is already an autopsy going on at the Blue Max pits trying to find out what is wrong with this motor. Raymond, it appeared to hurt itself early. A lot of smoke coming off the car.
Yeah, the car was dead on the burnout. As soon as I stopped on the burnout, I knew it was dead, and I backed up and we did the one little chirp. The motor was dead. It already hurt one cylinder. So that's why I kind of hurried up and staged the car. I mean, just in case he might make an error on the starting line, which he didn't do. I mean, I might have rushed him up a little bit. But like I said, we didn't have it. I had nothing to lose and everything to gain.
The Blue Max crew hard at work trying to find out what went wrong with yet another engine here at the Spring Nationals. In the second round of racing, Al Sigrini, having disposed of Ray Beadle, takes on Dale Pulde. A great start, but Pulde up in smoke, and Segrini, his tires locked to the pavement, streaks across the finish line and takes the win. A disappointment for Pulde. He had run very good in round number 1, but for Al Sigrini, he's happy as he moves into the next round. Already, as the cars turn off the racetrack, we've got another pair fired and ready to go, John Force and Tom Anderson. But right now, let's go down to Steve Evans.
Well, for a guy who got in the show at the last possible moment late Saturday afternoon, you're looking awfully good now.
Boy, I'm telling you. We had problems the whole race. We just dropped the cylinders, and we picked it up that last qualifying pass, and it really felt good. It's starting to come together now, though. That's where it counts.
The final pair of the second round of funny car eliminations, with Tom Anderson driving Jim Ouimet's Wombat car. Anderson, a journeyman race driver, he has driven for several car owners and acquitted himself well against John Brut Force from California. Force in the 81 citation-bodied entry, Tom Anderson driving an 82 Ford EXP body, the car owned by Jim Ouimet. Surprising many a racer at various national events, and I'll tell you, he's got John Force headed from wire to wire. It is Tom Anderson at 6.23 seconds, taking the measure of John Brut Force. So the semifinals, we find Al Sigrini against Kenny Bernstein, Frank Hawley going against Tom Anderson at the Spring Nationals.